Hello, my name is Darcy Frankovich, and this is my presentation for the 2025 Innovation and Change Study Abroad in Ireland. So this is a picture of me here in front of a castle we got to see while going to the Cliffs of Moher. I've got some more pictures of that later in the slide. So, well, anyways, my first main goal when I initially signed up for this class was to authentically engage with the culture and use all of my experiences that I gathered throughout the trip to question my assumptions about how we go and about and live our day-to-day lives, which I definitely did, but we were only there for a week. So I will be going back to continue that as soon as I am able. So, uh, while we were here, we learned a little bit about the history and the culture, even though it was a business trip. So, one of the pictures I have here is a statue that commemorated the Irish potato famine, which seeing in person and hearing the history from a local was very sobering. Um, Another picture I have here is of Gerard Fay. He, in this picture, is playing the Irish pipes, also known as the elbow pipes. Um, he is a musician and composer. I'd recommend looking him up on YouTube. His music is just beautiful and haunting, and I mean, seeing it in person, we saw him on Trad on the Prom, 10 out of 10. It was beautiful. So, well, like I said, this is a business trip. So, we got our um, first taste of innovation at Dublin's Microsoft office, which was super cool. We've got some group pictures of that. And so while we were on this trip, one of the main things we were told to keep in mind was the UN sustainability goals. So, we were each kind of told to focus on one. So I decided to focus on goal number 12, which is responsible production and consumption. And so I believe this goal could be applied to basically any of the businesses we covered, but just for time, I'm only going to talk about two. So one is the Denroy Group. That one stood out to me because they make things like hairbrushes and combs. And we got to see all the machines that make that, which was super cool. But seeing the speed at which those machines produced all those plastic products definitely made me think about, you know, where do we draw the line between promoting a business and, you know, saving the environment from a bunch of very high quality hairbrushes, but plastic hairbrushes nonetheless. So, Guinness was the other business that really caught my attention. And that really stood out to me because of how prominent it is in the culture. And I mean, as an American, I know of it. I'm sure you know of it. You basically can't live through St. Patty's Day, as they'd call it over there, without seeing it or hearing about Guinness, right? But it is even more prominent in Ireland. I mean, I can't even tell you how many signs I saw that said, "We sell Guinness here," like on the side of every pub. It was everywhere. But that led me down the, train of thought like, well, how do we promote Guinness, which is a huge part of the culture, and also promote ethical consumption? I mean, it's a vice, it's alcohol, it's addictive. So, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line for the environment, for people's health? I don't know the answer to that, but this definitely opened my eyes to a problem that I didn't even quite realize was there. So, on a lighter note, this was another place we visited, which was the library at the Trinity College, home to the Book of Kells, which was incredible, absolutely stunning. And to any hardcore Star Wars fans, it may look a bit familiar because allegedly it was the inspiration for the Jedi Temple archives. Well, fun fact there. So, like I said earlier, here are some pictures about the Cliffs of Moher, which was um, absolutely breathtaking. And apparently, we were pretty lucky to see it on such a nice day, according to the tour guide. So, would definitely recommend that. And here are some just kind of final pictures from our trip. We got to do some Irish dancing, another part of engaging with the culture, which I tried to embrace wholeheartedly, even if it was a little bit goofy. But I mean, it was absolutely incredible. We've got a couple pictures from a castle, a picture from the pub, and then at the top you've got a picture of one of the stone walls that you see all over Ireland, which I could talk about for hours. I think it is incredibly interesting, the culture and the history surrounding those, but for time's sake, I think we'll wrap it up. So, and here's a one of the pictures of our whole group together. If any of you are watching this, I just want to thank you guys for the experience, and I will always remember the trip, and I'll remember all of you guys, even if we may never get to chat again. And just one last big thank you to Kay and Chris for making the trip super special and for all your hard work and putting it together. So I just want to thank you guys, and I'll hopefully see you later.